Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Click on the notification bell so you get notified whenever we post more videos. So today I'm going to show you how to create how to link your CSS and your JavaScript to your HTML. Okay, so let's get started. So here on the desktop I'm going to create a folder. Here I'm going to create a folder and I'll call it link CSS, and then I'll open up this folder. So inside the folder I'll create another folder. Go to new, I'll create another folder and call it assets, and inside the assets I'm going to open the assets, and then inside the assets I'm going to create another folder called JS. So this is where I will save my JS. I'll create another folder here and call it CSS. Okay, so when I'm done with this I will close this up and open my Visual Studio Code. So in my Visual Studio Code I'm going to go to file. Okay, here we can get it over here, open folder. I will locate my my folder on the desktop. This is on the desktop, this link CSS. I'll click on this folder and open it right here. So when we open this folder, you see we have the assets, and inside the assets we have CSS and we have JavaScript. So these folders are empty. Okay, so we'll go to the JS and then we're gonna create a file. I'm gonna call it script.js, and inside the CSS folder I'm gonna create style.css, and I'll come right to the root folder. This is the root folder here. Come over to the root folder. I'll create a file, index.html. okay, so wait, sorry, that was a mistake. The file HTML is inside the CSS folder, so I'm going to move it to the root folder. Okay, so yeah, so here we have it right in the root folder. All right, so what we're going to do now is we want to link this these two scripts to this to the HTML. So let's use our boilerplate and have this. Okay, so let me call this how to link CSS and JS. Let's save it. So let's right click here, come over here, copy the path, then we're going to open our browser. So inside the browser we're going to paste this right here and click on the enter, so you can see how to link CSS and JavaScript. Okay, then I can come over here and put a heading, copy this text. Let me just copy exactly this, all right, and paste it right here. Control save it, go back to the browser, refresh. You see we have this right here. Okay, so at this point the CSS and the JavaScript is not linked to this, So talking about the CSS, there are three ways to use your CSS. The first one is the inline CSS. All right, the inline CSS, I'm going to just show you one or two. So let's say I want to change the color of this text to be red. Okay, so the inline CSS, I'm going to say style, I'm going to say color, let's change it to red, something like red, then save, come over to the browser and refresh. You can see it turns red. All right, so this is part of inline text. So we can say what else? Let's say text align. Let's put it to the center. Then we can come over here, refresh. You see it sits at the center. This is just an example of inline styling. There are a lot of these. There are more of this. Like you can do whatever you want inside here. All right, this is inline styling. Okay, so we also have another one. Usually it is being placed in using the style tag. Okay, so we can the same thing we did here, we can do it over here. So the only thing we need to do is to select this. Since this is the only h1 tag, we can say h1, and what can we say? Let's say test decoration, and let's use underline. Save it, come to the browser, refresh. So you see the text is underlined. Okay, so we can add a couple of, we can add background color, sorry, we can add background color to be what can we, let's say blue, something like that, but I know it's not gonna look really good, but I just want to show you how it works. So okay, here we can now change the text. We can change the text to something like white. All right, we can say white here. I think that will make a little more sense. Yeah, you can see. So this is another styling. We can also say padding. Let's add some padding to it. We can say padding about 10 pixels. Save it, come to the browser, refresh. So you see, okay, so this is another way of using CSS in your HTML without creating an external file. But what we have right here is an external file. So how do we link this external file to this, where we can write, instead of writing this here, writing this here in the inline, it's better we just move it to external file and then make our HTML to be clean. All right, so how do we do this? All right, so I'm going to show you. Let's link it here. So what you're going to do, you're going to type link. All right, here we have link style. The rel is style sheet, and then this is where we're going to link it. All right, now this would have worked, but we have the CSS folder. Look at the CSS style. We have the CSS file in a CSS folder. Then we have the CSS folder inside assets folder, and we have the assets folder inside the root folder. Okay, so what we are simply going to do now is we're going to call the assets folder assets, and then we navigate to CSS and then style.css. okay, this is going to work, but if it doesn't, then I'm going to show you the other way around. Okay, so we first of all select the assets folder, because the assets folder is in the root folder. Then we navigate to the CSS folder, then navigate to style.css. okay, so now let's add h3, say I am h3 tag, something like this. Okay, and let's go to the CSS to test this out to know if it worked, if it is working or not. Let's go to the style, and then we're going to select our h3. So go to the style here, we select h3, and we want to say we want your background to be green. We want the color to be white. We want what else do we want? We want some padding. We want some padding of about maybe 20 pixels. Okay, let's go with this. Go to our browser, refresh, so you can see it right here. So this shows that this CSS, the style here, is working because we have all of this. All right, so let's comment this out. I go back to our browser, refresh. You see the styling goes off. Okay, so we can go back here and and save this. Now let's move all of this we have here. We can just cut the h1 here, cut it, come over here and place it inside our CSS. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, we can also check out this. We have color white text align center. Okay, we can just remove this color white text align center. We remove this, go back to our CSS here, and we add color to be white, and then we have the text align to be center. So when we save this, go back to our browser, refresh, you see we get the same result. So this is how you can use CSS. These are 3 different ways you can use CSS in your script. So the next one, which is the last I'm going to show you, is your JavaScript. So here we have a JavaScript file, and the JavaScript file is located, the script.js file is located inside the JS folder. The JS folder is located into the assets folder, then the assets folder is in the root folder. So what we did here, we are coming down here, so we're going to type our script tag with a source. All right, with this source. So in the source, we're going to locate the assets folder. So we locate the assets folder, then we navigate to the JS folder, then we navigate to our script. So this is where our script is located. So how do we test this out, if it works or not? So we're simply going to alert something. Let's say alert JavaScript is properly linked to your HTML file. Okay, let's go with this, save it. Then when we refresh, if it works, we're going to see an alert. Okay, so we refresh this, so you see it, JavaScript is properly linked to your HTML. All right, okay, so this is basically how you can link your CSS and your JavaScript to your HTML file. So please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it, click on the notification bell so you get updates. We're going to be posting more videos on JavaScript, how to do some certain things in JavaScript, and as you do so, May God bless you. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to this channel, like this video.